This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist CJ Cartledge.
Good morning, everyone. I'm First Alert Meteorologist CJ Cartledge here. We're going to start you guys off with a live look over Texarkana and Bowie. This is based in Bowie County, Texas here. It's mostly blue skies out there around the Texarkana area as of right now. There may be a little bit of some cloud cover across the rest of the Arklatex, but if you have not noticed, it's a little bit cooler than it would be during this time of day. Temperatures are mainly in the 60s right now, but I will show you that more in just a second here. I'm going to put myself on the screen. Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm meteorologist CJ Cartledge here talking to you about what's to expect here for the day today, as well as the rainy pattern that is on the way for us as we move through the rest of the 7-day period and into next week. Some of the main topics that we'll be talking about for today are the warming trend that we will go under after we move through the day today and tomorrow morning, which looks to be cooler, relatively cooler than what we've been seeing for the past couple of days, still remaining above the average for highs, not in terms of lows, though. Lows may dip slightly below the average for some areas, if not all areas of the Arklatex for Wednesday morning. But the warming trend looks to return back into the Arklatex by the time we hit our Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday, and even into next week. But rain chances are expected to return to the Arklatex later on in the forecast period as well here. So we're going to move on to our headlines. Pretty much summed up what we're going to be talking about for today. Cooler feel for today. Warming trend returns by the middle to end of the work week this week. And actually, yes, that is true. And we're expecting rain and storm chances to return by the time we hit our weekend here. We had a well-deserved long break from any types of rain and or severe weather. And it looks like the weather pattern is showing trends that it may rain again here in the region coming up later on in the forecast period, mainly by the weekend and into next week. But as you can see, that cold front is slowly moving out of the Arklatex as of right now and pushing the remaining cloud cover out of the region as we speak here. And as you can see, down to the southern and eastern portions, or southern and western portions here, there was a few isolated showers that passed through. I believe that was just to the extreme south and western portions of Nacogdoches County and the far southern and western portions of the region here. But there may have been a couple more isolated showers that passed through areas south of I-20 earlier this morning just before sunrise. But as you may have seen, they have since dissipated. Here's our temperatures right now across the region. I'm going to put myself off the screen here. 72 in Shreveport, 4 in Idabel, 70 near Texarkana with the live camera that we just showed a little bit earlier ago. But temperatures, believe it or not, may not increase more than 10 degrees from where they are now. Some portions like Idabel may increase to the mid-70s, but we're not expecting more than a 10-degree increase from where temperatures are as of right now by the afternoon today. We're expecting temperatures, at least in Shreveport Bossier, to rise into the upper 70s. We won't see many lower 80s through the day today, if any. If we do see any at all, it will be probably in our Louisiana parishes, not so much for everywhere else. But we could expect the mid and upper 70s across the region by the time we hit the afternoon for today. And we're expecting temperatures to cool off even more by earlier tomorrow morning. Here's our highest for today around the region. 79 for Shreveport, 78 for Mansfield Center and St. Augustine, into the lower 70s potentially for Idabel and DeQueen. As you can see, it may not increase up into those mid-70s as said before. 74 for Mount Pleasant, 76 near Texarkana, into the mid-70s for areas along the east side of I-20 as well. Lows tomorrow night actually will be in the 60s, I believe. This is for our this is actually for our Thursday night. Let me get you guys the lows for tomorrow night. There we go. That is the lows that we can expect for our Wednesday morning here across the area. 40s and 50s across the region. 51 near Shreveport, 49 for Marshall, 49 for Minden, as low as around 46 near Hope in the extreme west or eastern portions of the Arklatex region. Longview and Nacogdoches look to be at around 50 degrees. So make sure to bring that light jacket out as you're walking out the door for your Wednesday morning. It's definitely going to be a little bit chilly out there before temperatures get warmer as the days progress here. So let's take a quick look at future track and what we can expect through the next couple of days or through the next couple of days ahead. As you can see here, we're not expecting much or any cloud cover through the day today, but there may be a few clouds that pass by the midsections of the Arctic, maybe a few during the overnight hours. But as you may have seen, or as you may have seen during the early morning show with meteorologist Evan Thomason, that southerly flow looks to return back into the Arctic with winds coming out of the south and west. That will influence temperatures to rise as we move into our Wednesday. Not so much for Wednesday morning, though, but because of the full effects of the cold front finally moving through the Arctic. This just fast forwarded here. But as we move through our Wednesday, we're expecting southerly flow to return and allowing our temperatures to rise well into the 80s and upper 70s once again as temperatures creep back into the above average range, more into the above average range here. We could expect the lower 80s across everywhere around the Arctic, mainly due to the southerly flow. That brings in humidity, that brings in moisture, which could rise rain chances ever so slightly by the time we hit our Thursday. But we're not expecting much rain totals until we hit our weekend here, which I will talk about more in detail after the break in just a couple minutes here. 82 looks to be the high for Shreveport Bossier, 84 near Longview, 83 for Center. And over by Natchitoches looks to be at around 83 degrees. Same for Coshada, 81 for Minden, Homer, and Ruston, as low as 80 near Idabel and I guess Seguin as well. Looks to be in those lower 80s as well. But here's that warming trend that we will go under as we move through the next 5 days ahead. 82 looks to be the high for Wednesday, 88. By the time we hit our Thursday, we could approach those lower 90s once again and potentially get close to a few daily record highs across the area for Thursday and Friday. That rain chance I said before that will rise ever so slightly will be on our Thursday, mainly due to higher humidity across the area, but that humidity looks to rise slightly higher as we move into this weekend where rain chances are expected to rise as well. Here's a quick look at our low temperatures through the next 5 days. We can expect cooler conditions for our Wednesday, and we can possibly expect lows in the 70s by the time we hit this weekend, mainly also due to higher rain chances. When we see those higher rain chances, the lows and the highs, depending on when the rain arrives, will be much closer together rather than a nice dry day around the Arctic. So what we've been seeing for the past couple of days were lows in the 50s mainly, 50s and 60s, and highs in the 80s, but that gap looks to shorten or get closer as we look towards rainy days. So rainy days potentially for Saturday and Sunday. Highs will be in the 80s. Lows may be in the 70s here. That just denotes that there may be some higher relative humidity and or rain chances for the area. And when there's higher relative humidity, that temperature doesn't look to vary much, if any at all here. So if it was an extremely rainy day, we may only see highs in the 70s and lows in the 70s, maybe even the upper 60s. So that's just how the temperature works when we're expecting rain on the way. But as you can see, just giving you guys the first alert to our next weather maker, which looks to be the start of a rainy pattern here in the Arctic. By the time we hit our Saturday, this low pressure system may develop and bring a few rain showers for our northern and western portions of the Arctic region, mainly in East Texas and potentially McCurtain County, even some areas in southwestern Arkansas, north of Texarkana. We're expecting a few showers for Saturday, a little bit of some more showers by the time we hit our Sunday and potentially Monday, with a few storms potentially getting severe as we move into Sunday or Monday. There's a lot of uncertainty with the models, though. The models have been trending more towards higher rainfall totals for Monday and not so much for Sunday, but there's actually a severe risk that we will be talking about after the break for our Sunday and not for Monday just yet here. So we're still a little bit far out in terms of whether we will receive severe weather on Monday. That is still, I believe, 6 days out of our forecast range, or 6 days away from today. So you have to keep making sure you pay attention to the forecast as we get closer in time, and we'll continue to let you guys know those details. Here's a rainfall potential through the next 7 days. This goes into next Tuesday. We could looks very similar to what we saw for yesterday, with the exception of the lower rain totals for the areas down to the south and eastern portions of the region, getting at around a quarter of an inch to a half an inch for areas near Natchitoches and Wynn Parish and Bienville Parish, like that, and things like that. We're expecting the higher rain totals for areas near McCurtain County and I believe in northern East Texas counties there and near Texarkana, mainly around I-30 and northward. It's mainly because of a system that will be moving through on Friday, maybe clipping some parts of McCurtain County in northern and eastern Texas that will bring those rain totals up for the 7-day period. Not so much for the rest of it, though. But we'll continue to keep you guys first aware and first alert to the latest on that. On Sunday, it is actually Easter Sunday, which I haven't mentioned before, but yes, this Sunday is Easter Sunday and the end of Lent, the end of a Lent season. And we're expecting potential for a few scattered showers and storms for that day. So make sure to bring the umbrella out as you're heading to church or your Easter Sunday activities. Until then, we'll be dealing with mostly dry conditions. The cold front remain dry for the most part, and temperatures will drop into the 70s for today, 80s again by the time we hit our Wednesday, and warming up through the rest of the work week with the humidity rising as well through the rest of the work week. And look at those lows jumping up into the lower 70s by the time we hit Saturday morning as well as Easter Sunday morning here. So make sure to pay attention to the forecast. We have rain chances starting on our Saturday, I would say more sure rain chances for our starting on Saturday. We're not too bent on the rain chances for our Thursday, but as we move through our weekend and into next week, we look to start a rainy weather pattern here in the Arklatex. So make sure to stay and pay attention to the forecast once again. More updates are yet to come. And yeah, we're expecting the potential for severe weather, which I'll be talking about after this quick break. I will also be talking about the severe weather potential as we move into the end of the month of April and the beginning of the month of May. There is the chance that we may see more severe weather across the region, and we are still in severe weather season, so that is expected. But the end of our warming and dry trend is coming close to us as of right now. So make sure to stay tuned after the break, and I will give you a quick glimpse of what we can expect for the next few weeks here in the Arklatex. And good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Here's a quick look at your Easter Sunday forecast. We're expecting the potential for some isolated to scattered storms as a front will move through from the north and west here. So make sure to bring that umbrella out as you're walking out the door for your Easter Sunday morning, and we have the chance to see some showers and storms on not only Sunday, but for Saturday as well as Monday also. And we have the chance to receive some severe weather in some parts around the Arklatex on 2 of the 3 days that I had just mentioned here. So we're going to take a quick look at that. Actually, 3 days I've just mentioned. It's actually going to be on Friday, Saturday, and our Sunday coming up. So here's a quick look at what we can expect according to this model here. I'm going to show you guys another model that we've been looking at. And just to show you guys the variation between models and what we can expect for our weekend coming up, and it looks to be very different between each model, so that's why we say it's a lot of uncertainty here. So as we move into Friday afternoon, a low pressure system will start to approach the Arklatex, but not so much hit it. There is a chance for severe weather for areas outside of our region, extending from Texas all the way into the Great Lakes region. Actually, some of the Great Lakes states will be under a slight risk of severe weather, including some areas of McCurtain County here. But as we move into Saturday, this front will kind of stall a little bit before starting to move through the region once again. As we move into Sunday, we're expecting another chance for a few showers here in the Arklatex before we may see some widespread showers and storms heading into Monday. As you can see, early Monday morning, this front will start to move down to the far south and eastern portions of the region and move through the rest of the Arklatex by the time we hit Monday evening and into Tuesday, where more rain is on the way for us. And even for the next couple of days after that, we may see just a rinse and repeat of rainfall here for the region. Now, I'm going to show you guys a different model. This was the Euro model, showing that we won't receive much rain on our Saturday and Sunday, maybe a few drops or so. But it looks to be very different from the models, this model, the GFS model that I'm going to show right here on Tropical Tidbits. This is from tropicaltidbits.com. But we're expecting the model shows that most areas may receive rain heading into I believe our Saturday and Sunday. As you can see, widespread rainfall moving into Sunday, April 20th. That is Easter Sunday. And as we move into Monday, still that low pressure system looks to be moving out of the area. So it's very, very different from model to model here. So make sure to stay weather aware and pay attention to the forecast as we move closer in time. The severe risk for Friday shows that maybe a small slither of the McCurtain County area or county in Arkansas will be under a slight risk of severe weather here. As we move towards Saturday, this line looks to slowly move down to areas just north of I-30 that will be encompassed under the slight risk of severe weather, which is 15% chance that a small severe weather will occur in your area as of right now. So that risk may grow or it may lessen as we get closer in time. So make sure to pay attention to that as we get closer in time. Make sure to pay attention to us here at KSLA when we give you the latest details in the first alert as we receive it. And our Sunday, widespread potential for severe weather, which encompasses almost all of the Arklatex region, with the exception of maybe southern portions of Natchitoches and Wynn Parish here. But despite the severe weather potential that we have for this weekend, we can still expect above average rainfall through the next 8 to 14 days coming up here in the forecast period. So this is going to be the start of a rainy stretch here in the region. I'm actually going to check the chat for any types of questions. Oh, there was a question. Somebody says, "Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm 27 years old, and I am from Manitowoc." I believe I pronounced that right. Hopefully I pronounced it right. Manitowoc, Wisconsin. What is going on with the weather today? So today, for the Arklatex, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on in the forecast here. Later on in the podcast, I should say. But when I wrap up the show. But for now, we're going to be talking about the severe weather potential for the Arklatex, which looks to be remaining like multiple days of slight risks of severe weather for the region, ranging from Friday through our Saturday. Doesn't seem to be lining up with some models, but other models seems to show that it may be some severe weather on that day. So the models are still wishy-washy. I could say that's the first word that comes up in my mind, is what models are still wishy-washy in terms of the certainty whether the severe weather, it looks to be possible here. But it does look to be possible. We know it looks to be possible, but there is the there's a lot of variability between different models here. And usually when we see the agreement with models, that's what grows our certainty that it will happen. But there's a lot of variability. There's little to no rain on one model and a lot of rain on another model. So there's pretty much up in the air as of right now, but there it still lies the chance that severe weather may happen in the area. That's why it's important to stay weather aware and to stay first aware and first alert to the latest forecasts that we have here on a KSLA News 12 here. So I'm gonna actually show you guys another quick thing about the severe weather potential for our end of the month as well as end the beginning of May here. So I'm gonna show you guys the extended range severe weather composite here. This is what we're talking about in terms of the week 1, which is April. I believe this is April 15th to the 21st here. So this is from now until April 21st, which is, I believe, next Monday. And it shows the greens and the blues. That shows the likelihood for supercell development. And supercell development brings the chance for large hail, damaging winds, as well as the potential for tornadoes. So as you can see, that corresponds with the pretty much middle of the pack in terms of that. I'm gonna go to the week 2 outlook, and it shows a lot of red in our midsections of Texas, all the way extending into southern Texas, southwestern Texas, and even in Mexico. And that includes areas like McCurtain County and areas north of the I-30 corridor under that red. So there is a likely good chance that we could see some supercell development for the Arklatex, or some portions of the Arklatex at least, from the time range of April 22nd to the 28th. That's mainly because of the rainy pattern that is expected here, and the National Weather Service, or I believe the University of Northern Illinois, where this is from, believes that, or this parameter believes that the likelihood for the supercell development is very possible, or very high, as I should say. And as you can see, that encompasses most of the Arklatex for week 3 from April 29th through May 5th. So that is why our concerns are raised for the potential for severe weather and or supercell development. Once again, supercell development includes the chance for large hail, damaging winds, as well as the potential for tornadoes here. So this is the outlooks that we look at here for the potential for any types of severe weather, and that is what we have ahead for us here in the Arklatex. So make sure to stay weather aware. A lot of things are uncertain as of right now, including the severe weather event potential for this weekend. So make sure to stay weather aware for that. I can't stress that enough. I know I said it multiple times throughout this podcast. It's very important to stay weather aware, because you don't want to be out of the know, in the know, out of the know. You get what I mean, hopefully. You don't want to not know what's going on for the days ahead and have it be like, oh, what severe weather, I didn't even know. You don't want to be that person. So make sure to stay weather aware to the forecast that we have here as we get closer in time. More fine-tuned details will be available to you as we get closer in time. So I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to wrap up the show and talk about today's weather and the weather ahead, and give you guys another quick look at that 7-day forecast. And we're going to see you guys on the next one. We have a Met Chat coming up later on this week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And I will be back after this quick break. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're gonna wrap up this episode with the another look at the 7-day forecast that we have ahead here. Today's weather, we're expecting cooler conditions from what we've been seeing through the past couple of days here around the Arctic, where highs will be in the 70s and lows for tomorrow morning will reach into the 50s across the area here. So definitely a little bit chillier than what we've been seeing for the past couple of days. Rain chances will remain extremely low, if any at all, will rise. And we'll be seeing mostly sunny conditions through the rest of the day today. Heading into tomorrow, we will start out chilly before temperatures warm up into the lower 80s across the region. We may see a few upper 70s still, but it's still going to be warmer than what we will see for today, even warmer than that for our Thursday and Friday as the humidity looks to rise heading into this weekend. Our rain chances are set to rise as we move into this weekend as well. We have the chance for severe weather mainly on Saturday and Sunday. We're not so worried about Friday, but the chance for McCurtain County is definitely there. So we have to let you guys know about that for sure. Higher chance for rain looks to be on our Easter Sunday as well as our Monday. A lot of uncertainty is present when we talk about the forecast for our Sunday and Monday. There's a variability between different models. The models have definitely been different from yesterday, and they're not in agreement as we move into today. So that is definitely something to be wary of and to make sure to check back for more updates for, because there's not a lot of uncertainty. There's not a lot of certainty as of right now with the forecast, but definitely once we get closer in time, we will get more certain in terms of what may happen here for the region. And once again, if you have any topics that you want us to discuss here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown, please send us an email here at weatherbreakdown@ksla.com or message us, any of us, on Facebook at KSLA First Alert Weather Team, or you can message us individually if you would like, and continue to join us weekdays at 10:30 a.m. Here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown for today. I'm meteorologist CJ Cartledge, and I will not be on air for today, but I may be back as we move into our Friday. I believe Matt has another day off on Friday, so I'll be on at 5, 6, and 10 on Friday. But you can catch meteorologist Austin Evans on KSLA News 12 at 4. Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones will be back on your TV screens as we move to KSLA News 12 at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. tonight. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. Make sure to join us tomorrow. Meteorologist Evan Thomason will be back here on the podcast for another great show. So make sure to tune in for that, and I will see you guys later next time I will be on.